Some of the scariest missing person cases sound like real-life horror stories, especially when clues found at the scene of the mysterious disappearance leaves investigators no closer to finding the missing person. Many of these missing people will never be found, leaving their ultimate fate forever unknown. Number 5. The unexplained disappearance of 35-year-old Jennifer Blackman occurred in December of 2020, and her whereabouts are still unknown today. At the time of her mysterious disappearance, Jennifer was employed as a notary public in River Rouge, Michigan. She had an apartment in the 400 block of Polk Street and was in the process of divorcing from her estranged husband. On the 22nd of December, Jennifer's car broke down and she had a call with her dad in which they discussed having it repaired. She then borrowed her daughter's car and headed off to work, where she was scheduled to attend a business meeting. But her family received a call from the person who she was supposed to meet, who informed them that she never arrived. They traveled to the areas that she was known to frequent and searched for her, but they were unable to locate her and they filed a missing person report. Jennifer's car was later found abandoned in the 500 block of Fraser Street, near the home that she shared with her estranged husband in the past. With no further leads being found, her family hired a private investigator who discovered that her phone had last pinged off a tower in that same area. Jennifer is described as having black hair with hazel eyes. She's around 5 foot 5 inches tall and weighs 130 pounds. She has a scar close to her bottom lip and tattoos on her chest, upper arm, and forearm. The last time that she was seen, she was wearing a black trench coat, black boots, and a scarf. She also had black and brown hair extensions at the time. Anyone who has seen Jennifer or who has information in her missing person case is asked to contact the River Rouge Police Department at 313-842-8700 or Crime Stoppers of Michigan at 800-773-2587. A $2,500 reward is being offered for any information leading to Jennifer being found. Her NamUs case is number MP78354. Number 4. Missing person 39-year-old Bo Mann is the creator of an app called Sober Grid, which allows recovering addicts to support each other on a social platform. He decided to create the app after he was able to fully recover from a substance abuse problem at age 23. At the time, Bo was living in Los Angeles and was in a long-distance relationship with a man named Jason Abate, who he had planned to marry. In November of that year, Bo traveled to Texas where he spent Thanksgiving with his friends and family. He returned to Los Angeles on the 29th of November and was picked up by his assistant at Los Angeles International Airport. Later that evening, he went out to get some takeout food and was visited by a friend at his apartment. Before he went to sleep for the night, he spoke to Jason and told him that he was having trouble with his car and it wouldn't start. On the 30th of November, he left his apartment on foot and went to a coffee shop. He was spotted on CCTV surveillance footage at 2 p.m. at a 7-Eleven store on Venture Boulevard in Studio City, where some of the contents of his bag fell out, and he could be seen repacking it. He's then seen leaving the store at 2:06 p.m. after he bought a drink, ice, and a few other items. Bo then ordered an Uber to take him home, but that's where things take a mysterious turn. At 2:15, 911 operators received a text message from Bo's phone that simply stated, "In Uber, gray." He had used Uber's in-app emergency feature to send the message, and shortly after, his phone was switched off. Operators tried to contact him, but to no avail. When his family and coworkers hadn't heard from him for a few days, they asked the police to do a welfare check at his apartment, but there was no sign of him. On the 4th of December, his assistant reported him as a missing person at the Los Angeles Police Department. The Uber driver stated that Bo was dropped off at his apartment, but surveillance footage showed no sign of him arriving home. Bo has brown hair with blue eyes. He's 5 foot 9 inches tall and weighs 220 pounds. At the time, he was wearing a black hooded sweatshirt, a blue t-shirt, blue pants, and black shoes. Anyone with information on Bo's case can contact the Los Angeles Police Department's Missing Person Unit at 213-996-1800 or the Los Angeles Regional Crime Stoppers at 800-222-8477. A $5,000 reward is being offered in Bo's case. Number 3. Before becoming a missing person, 32-year-old Lopez Richardson had just opened a tattoo parlor and his life seemed to be going very well. On the 5th of July, 2021, Lopez was seen by witnesses as he dropped his daughter off in Spring, Texas at around 11 p.m. When his wife couldn't contact him for the following 3 days, she filed a missing person report on the 5th of July with the Rosenberg Police Department, who immediately started searching for him. His 2014 Dodge Ram pickup truck was found abandoned on the 9th of July in a small town on the Texas-Oklahoma border, 5 hours away from his hometown of Ho. Lopez has no connections to the town, and strangely, his vehicle was found in a wooded area near a set of train tracks. His wallet was found inside the truck, and his shoes were located where they'd gotten stuck in some mud close to his car. This evidence was only found in July due to the railroad company being resistant towards officers who wanted to remove the vehicle. His wife decided to look in the truck for herself, and she found his cell phone and a GoPro camera, along with another digital camera and a few memory cards. When the cards were checked, however, it was found that almost everything had been deleted. Lopez's family has stated that they suspect foul play to be involved, as he would never abandon his daughter. The circumstances surrounding his mysterious disappearance, however, remain unknown. Lopez is described as having medium-length black dreadlocks and brown eyes. He stands 6 foot 2 inches tall and weighs 210 pounds. He has a tattoo of Emmett Till on his right hand, another of a flame on his right leg, and the words "Dear Life" on his eyelids. The last time he was seen, he was wearing a black t-shirt and brown camouflage cargo pants. If you have any information on Lopez's case, you're asked to contact the Rosenberg Police Department at 832-595-3700 or Texas EcuSearch at 281-309-950. Lopez's NamUs case number is MP83029. Number 2. 28-year-old Jessica Stacks mysteriously disappeared from Mississippi on New Year's Day of 2021, and she remains a missing person to this day. At the time, Jessica lived in New Albany in Mississippi, and she was in a relationship with a 45-year-old man named Jerry Wayne Baggett. On that morning, Jessica and Jerry were seen at around 6 a.m. at the Poolville Quick Stop convenience store in New Albany. They then traveled 2 miles to the Tallahatchie River, where they launched a small boat near the County Road 46 bridge. At around 10 a.m., Jessica asked to be let out of the boat so that she could walk on the river bottom. She did so and headed towards State Highway 30, and Jerry continued on his own. He landed the boat further downstream and then called his son to pick him up. When Jessica hadn't returned by 10:15 that night, Jerry filed a missing person report with the Union County Sheriff's Office, and it was noted that on the 2nd of January, she failed to attend her brother's 15th birthday party. Jessica's phone was later handed in by a local resident who told investigators that he'd helped the couple launch their boat that morning. He stated that he'd held onto her phone because they were meant to call him when they'd finished boating, and he was supposed to pick them up. Investigators, along with search dogs, drones equipped with thermal imaging technology, and dive teams searched the area around the river and the boundary of the Holly Springs National Forest, but Jessica was nowhere to be found. In the area where Jessica got off the boat, they found her footprints along with a boot and a coat similar to the one she was wearing at the time. The lacrosse-type rubber boot was deemed to belong to Jessica, as it had the top cut off. She had done this earlier after she found that it was chafing her leg. The footprints led west for about 100 yards towards County Road 46, where they turned towards Highway 30, but they disappeared into standing water in a nearby crop field. Foul play is not suspected in Jessica's strange case, Though no further leads have been found, Jessica has blonde hair and green eyes. She's 5'4" and weighs between 110 and 125 pounds. She has a tattoo of a bunny on her left pelvis with the words Lil Sis under that. She has another tattoo of a butterfly on her right hand, the name Kaylee on her back, Brayden on her wrist, Kobe on her forearm, and Love on her calf, and a tribal design on her lower back. If you have any information on Jessica's strange disappearance, you're asked to contact the Union County Sheriff's Office at 662-534-1943. Jessica's NamUs case number is MP77509. Number 1. The strange disappearance of 47-year-old James Valdez from Boonville, Arkansas remains unsolved, and a $1,000 reward is being offered to anyone with information that leads to his whereabouts. In June of 2021, James was newly married to Anna Valdez, and they lived together in Boonville. On the 10th of June, he and Anna had gotten into an argument, and he left their house taking $600 in cash along with some of his clothes. He then got into his car and drove away, and he was seen again in Ozark, Kansas on the 12th of June. Here, he had dinner with a few of his friends, and he told them that he would be going back home, but he never did so, and he's not been seen or heard from since. On the 19th of June, James's 2010 Chevrolet Equinox was found abandoned by Anna's boss, about 10 miles southeast of Boonville, near a swimming hole near Dry Creek Road in Sugar Grove, Arkansas. When he hadn't come home by the 20th of June, Anna filed a missing person report with the Boonville Police Department, and his insurance card, some loose change, his clothes, and a cell phone were found outside the car. Inside, it was found that the passenger seat had been adjusted forward, and parts of the vehicle engine were found to be damaged. Written in dust on the back windshield were the words, "Help me, he is near," though this was later confirmed to have been done by passers-by as a joke. James is described as having brown hair and brown eyes. He's 5'9" tall and weighs between 200 and 220 pounds. He has a tattoo of the word Sierra on his right arm, and is thought to have been wearing black checkered shorts, tennis shoes, and a black baseball cap at the time of his disappearance. Anyone with information on James's whereabouts is urged to contact the Boonville Police Department at 479-675-3508. James's NamUs case number is MP81844. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to keep up to date with all of our future uploads. But my name is Ty Knotts, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.